Navya, I mean, I know because we chatted about this before we started this conversation. Uh, the newspapers quoted you as saying that even your home was, displayed some subliminal sexism because when guests came over, it was you as a girl who had to get up and organize and look after, and your brother didn't. And you told me at the time that that's not what you said. So I just want to ask you, what actually happens when guests come over?
No, so that
I do everything, and the kids just sit there
that's
look
not
and
true.
look
We
cute.
help.
It's and we had a big argument with her, Navya and Agastya and myself. That's my son and me, because we said, how could you do this? How could you say this about us? This is
It
not how
was
our house
not in the
works.
context that I said it in, but she's been, someone who's been very fair with the both of us. If I have been told to do something, she will make sure that my brother Agastya is also doing the same thing. It's never that she would, leave either of
In
us
terms
out.
of home, but I feel definitely that I mean, my mother tells me that you're way harder on Navya than you are on Agastya.
That's true. I will
Really?
100%.
And
Why is that, you think? Why is that, you think, Shweta?
I think because I don't know, but I also feel that it's because it's way tougher for women, and especially for women in India, it's way tougher, and they have to be made of stronger stuff and to deal with things that come on. So I think as a mother, it's a protective instinct. I have to make you strong enough to face the battles you're going to have to face, whether it's whether you want to marry when you're in your 30s, which is a big no in India, or whether you want to not marry, or whether whatever it is, these societal things, it's going to be tough, and you have to be made of stronger stuff. And especially if you're going to be looked at as someone's granddaughter, someone's daughter, someone's great granddaughter, just toughen up, because it's your brother will get away with everything because he's a boy, and no one really is going to talk about the morality of a boy. They seem to get away with everything. But for a girl, it's different. I've never had separate rules for my children with, in terms of they want boyfriends, girlfriends. It's always been the same for me. But I just want Navya to be strong, because I think she's going to have to face a lot more than Agastya will in terms of
Yeah.
societal expectations, etc., etc., etc.
But that protective instinct sometimes manifests in different ways. There are families that are so protective of their daughters that they never set them free, they never give them wings, and instead of toughening them up, they actually make them more fragile because that protective instinct takes over. You say you don't have different rules in terms of raising a son and a daughter, except for wanting your daughter to be tougher because that's the real world. But do you find that you're able to give or set Navya free, because the world is also a more hostile place for women, in particular young women? Or does your sort of instinct to corset and protect and guard take over at that time?
Both my children are homing pigeons. I keep saying, go out. I keep wanting to push them out into the world and say, come on, go out. And then they want to come back, and they want to, just be home and in the nest, and then they're happy and they want to be around wherever I am. And I'm constantly telling them that go, travel, see the world, meet people, just put yourself out there. I hope they listen.
We try to do that, and I think she's never also stopped us from having an experience, whether that would be a positive one or a negative one, because I think both of those will just shape us into being who we are. So I think I've never felt that she's stopped me from, doing something that could either harm me or could benefit me. It's about having that experience overall.